Welcome to the Dreamlands. We are planetside once again for some Deserts of Kharak. It has been far too long since we visited the Sands, and even longer, I believe, since we've visited the Sands for an epic 3v3. Judging by this lineup, this one should be a zinger. We have got quite a few highly skilled players in this lineup here. A couple of old faces returning to the channel, as well as a couple of new players making their debut. Some of them I'm familiar with, some of them not so much. So let's jump right in to get my bearings here on the map. So let's call yellow team north, red team south. So first up for yellow team on the north side of Kalash Valley, making their return once again to the channel, it is going to be Mask of the Red Death. Player everyone should be familiar with if they've been in the scene for a while. Reasonably competent player, taking up the right side spawn. We'll actually call that west spawn, playing as the Coalition naturally. Taking up the middle spot as the Soban, making their debut on the channel. It is a player that I know absolutely nothing about. Spartan 2999. I will call him Spartan from now on. I don't know anything about this player. I assume that they're reasonably new to the game, but we shall see what they bring. Interesting team as well. Taking up the east side spawn on Team Yellow, north side of the map, it is none other than Tomcat Zeno busting out the Knaf. A very, very scary player indeed. Needs no introduction. Everybody should be familiar with him and his play by this point in Deserts of Kharak's life. South side of the map, red team. Taking up the east spawn, first up we are going to have Code Aldnoa playing as the Coalition. Now this is a player who I believe is making their debut on the channel. I don't recall ever casting a game of theirs before. Could be wrong, and if I am, let me know, but I don't believe I've had them on the channel. This is a player that's been around for a while though. I've played many games with them, and they are also reasonably competent at the game. Middle spot for red team, spawning in as the Galcian, none other than Catharsis, making their return to the channel. Been a while since I've seen this cat. Very, very solid Galcian player. These teams are looking better and better the closer I look. And taking up the west spawn, south side of the map for red team, Eklodgo. Now this is a player that is new onto the scene, relatively new. However, I've had the opportunity to play with them, and they have proven themselves to be very, very strong. I'm not entirely sure how old this replay is, so we'll have to see what they bring to the table. Looks like it is going to be production cruiser refinery mode first for both of our Galcian players, setting up their first wreck bulkhead after saturating their main. Similarly, support cruiser first for Code Aldnoa. Everybody going up to 2 bases. A bunch of base runners on the map. We do have from Tomcat a forward production cruiser with assault ships on the field already. That's pretty scary. So it's the single production cruiser assault ship push, hitting very, very early. That's going to get spotted by Aldnoa, who is going for greed, trying to set up that third wreck bulkhead as already. He looks like he's in a bit of trouble. We'd have a sneaky base runner from Code going all the way wide around the map. West flank. Code is probably going to try and use his carrier to see this off, but he is going to suffer some pretty big damage to his econ. 3 assault ships already on the field. Let's check this action out already. Nice control from Code, going directly after the production cruiser with his carrier, 1 power in weapons. But he is bleeding out salvagers big time. He is in big, big trouble. We do have a artifact from Mask about to go in for yellow team. Red team looks like they're trying to get one in as well from Catharsis. That is going to get intercepted by Mask. So Mask with a very strong opener. Big LAV swarm going to shut down Catharsis play and dunk an artifact on the back of that. Meanwhile, Code Aldnoa gets absolutely butt-fucked on his economy. Tomcat with a very, very, very nice push here. Oh, all of these assault ships deep behind enemy lines, cleaning up a bunch of salvagers. Assault ships from Eklodgo gonna meet those in combat. Do we have upgrades for any of them? Looks like they're even keel for armor, even keel for numbers. Now they're going to run into Eklodgo's carrier and he's going to show his pretty nice control getting those salvagers out of the way. Is he going to lose two, however? Tomcat on top of his micros, keeping his assault ships fire onto the salvagers. He does lose one salvager, so nice response from McLeod. Go up to double production cruisers. What have we got on this side of the map? Yikes. So much action already. Catharsis carrier right out front. Geez, red team has taken a beating on their economy. However, it looks like Catharsis and Eklodgo are both going to be successful in setting up their thirds. Code Aldnoa just going to have to reestablish his second, and a very, very strong opener from yellow team. What have we got? Rails on the field for Spartan. Looks like he has got his second production or support cruiser on the field, going to set up his third. Tomcat probably going to go directly to 3. Does he have a production cruiser? No, he doesn't. So very strong aggression from Tomcat, going to fall back to a double base economy 3 for Spartan. So really nice economic opener for Spartan. Couple of railguns on the field, going to move forward to support his sand skimmers, or his LAVs, which have already been out on the map doing a little harass. Big blob of assault ships from Clodgo. Those are going to run into some rails and LAVs from Spartan. Mask got 2 bases up and running. Looks like she wants to set up her third base. Clodgo eats a bunch of rail fire and thinks better of it, retreats. Cheeky Tomcat gonna send back a couple of assault ships to keep the pressure onto Code Aldnoa, who is struggling to get his footing in this game. Does have an AAV on the field and this carrier, which has 1 power research, so he's got 1 in range, 1 in weapons. That's going to be enough to see Tomcat off. He still has this sneaky base runner back here, probably going to try and set up some turret shenanigans later. But it looks like after a pretty intense opener, both of the teams are now starting to claim their half of the map. Mask looks like she's about to set up her third. Code Aldnoa still trying to get that third up. So pretty even in terms of economy. 2 players for each side on 3 base, 2 players on 2. Big army from Spartan here in the middle. Tons of railguns, screened by a handful of LAVs, backed up now by AAVs as well. Full base. This guy has had nothing bothering him all game, so he's going to be pretty damn scary if he gets rolling. Tomcat now up to 3 bases. Code Aldnoa still with this base runner, not doing anything on this side of the map. I just realized the artifacts were set to 7, so that's pretty crazy. Team 2 leading with a 1-0 on those 7 artifacts. Big push coming in with some air from Catharsis, this has to be. Indeed it is. Some air from Catharsis backing up his sand skimmers. Still assault ships for Eklodgo, swinging wide around that western pass, pardon me. Now setting up his third as well. Nice mixed force from Catharsis sand skimmers, assault ships, and interceptors. Those interceptors were spotted though. What do we got here? Big interceptor blob from Tomcat. Oh, poor Code Aldnoa. He just can't get his footing. Tomcat's aggro is too damn strong, following that single PC assault ship rush with a big interceptor swarm. What's going on over here? Tomcat has spotted the play. Code Aldnoa, I don't even think he got a turret down before that is cleaned up. Tomcat and Catharsis mirroring their build, sand skimmers, assault ships, and interceptors. Looks like we do have support cruiser anti-air on the field. I saw one of those interceptors go down to it, putting a little bit of pressure on Spartan, who is getting a ginormous army. Same thing for Mask. Looks like they have the same sort of composition, LAV, AAV, and railguns as well. Oh boy, did Mask spot the play? I think she did. Railguns moving into position while the salvagers move out of position. Clodgo hasn't gotten a break in this game yet with these assault ships. Looks like they are going to get on top of at least a couple of these rails and clean them up. They're going to find themselves in a pretty damn tough position. These things are toast. Look at all of those railguns. Pincer fire from two sides. Bye-bye. What's going along? Looks like Red is deciding to push a bit. Tomcat keeping up the pressure. I do like this. Code Aldnoah is fucked pretty much. He has not had the opportunity to get his econ rolling and has had virtually no units on the field. Tomcat with his interceptors, looks like they picked off a production cruiser from the Clodgo, who's got double siege cruisers now on the map. Yikes. Assault ships into siege cruisers.
Deploying field logistics module.
What's going on over here? Catharsis with the sneaky interceptors. Looks like he is going to try and hit tit for tat onto Mask's support cruiser. Going to clean that thing up. Are they? Yeah, they're definitely going to clean that up. I thought they ran out of missiles for a sec. Boom, so Mask loses a support cruiser. Big blob of LAVs coming through mid. Looks like a bunch of them are going to run into trouble, though. Actually, all of them are going to run into trouble. Yellow team with way too many skimmers. Missile ship barrages, assault ships. Ooh, Code Aldnoah's tiny amount of forces on the field are going to get absolutely decimated. Again with Tomcat's assault ships. Code Aldnoah is basically out of the game. He is sitting on a single support cruiser for the time being. Look at these armies, though, from Spartan and Mask. Yikes. Mask sitting there with a second artifact. Not able to get it across the map at this point in the game, though. Nice anti-air spread on Tomcat's missile ships. Big aggro coming out with his interceptors and sand skimmers. Interceptor's going to clean up this support cruiser, forcing Code Aldnoah to stay on that one base. Looks like Tomcat's going to get all of his interceptors cleaned up, though. Nice return from Catharsis. Looks like we got a nuke coming from downtown on top of Catharsis main. Is he going to notice? He is not. Oof. He still hasn't noticed. He's going to lose all of his salvagers from this microwave emitter. Nice shot from Spartan from downtown. Spartan and Mask just massing a gigantic army. Again with the interceptors cleaning up some anti-air turret posts. And going to hit Mask's second support cruiser. Mask needs anti-air in a big way. She has nothing and has just lost 3 support cruisers in a matter of like a minute. So Mask economy is going to start bleeding out big time. What have we got from Spartan? Still sitting back. He's on battle cruisers already. Railguns, AAVs, battle cruisers. Mask on LAVs, AAVs, railguns, and finally getting some missile batteries onto the field. That support cruiser lived? Oh my god. What have we got here? Clodgo looks like he wants to push. Jesus Christ. 4 siege cruisers. Let's take a peek at these bad boys. Where are they going to go? Oh man, right on top of Mask's third. Look at those barrages hit home. Screened as they are by Catharsis sand skimmers. Really nice supportive play here by Catharsis. Missile ships and heavy railguns backing these bad boys up. They are going to unload in a big way. Mask is hurting now. Concentrated fire from both of our Galcian players, pushing Mask very hard. Nuke, though. Nice supporting nuke from Spartan. Gonna force those players off. Big push while that's happening from Tomcat. Across the east flank of the map on Code Aldnoah again. This guy must be so pissed off. Tomcat has not let him have a solitary moment of peace. He keeps bleeding out salvagers, bleeding out support cruisers. His economy's toast. He's effectively done for. I don't think he'll be able to provide any meaningful support for the rest of the game, so it's effectively a 2v3 unless they can pull something out. He's barely hanging on. 3 battle cruisers from Spartan, backed up by a couple of support cruisers. I think he would like to push. I mean, these guys can make a big dent in pretty much everything that's on the field for both our Galcian players at the moment, as long as they have some backup for anti-air. How many, oof. 9 interceptors for Catharsis. Scary. Mask has been forced off of her 3rd. Tomcat's sitting back here just mining happily off of 3. Spartan off of 3. What's keeping Red Team in this game is a Clodgo and Catharsis, who have had a very healthy economy, very healthy tech level, and big macro. Oh, massive amounts of Sand Skimmers going to get cleaned up by that swarm, that interceptor swarm of Catharsis. Did Tomcat end up remaking a bunch? He did. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a dogfight on our hands. If I can get this camera in position. Tomcat is not going to pursue, or is he?
Tracking armored craft on approach.
Is just going to make sure that those interceptors have backed off. Oh, we might have an interceptor dogfight, and it looks like Catharsis is going to get the first volley off. Tomcat is wisely going to flee, but he's going to eat shit on the way home. Oh man, nice airplay by Catharsis. Tomcat's interceptors are almost all going to get cleaned up, but he retreats back to his missile ships. Very nice play. Catharsis is going to take a couple of casualties. It is going to get backed up by some slow-moving LAVs from Code Aldnoah. He is desperate to stay in this game, somehow back up on 2 bases, so that's good. With support from his teammates. What's going on over here? Looks like everybody is... Look at these fucking cruisers. Holy Christ, 5 battle cruisers. Dude, push, please. You have had, like, unmolested economy and macro for this entire game. Go push right now. Don't let them get through this pass. It is very, very hard to hold this spot here on this map. Very, very hard. So, if you're this middle player, and your Eastern player is Tomcat, you can pretty much leave him alone and help Mask secure this pass through here. You need to secure that. We do have a nuke coming out, probably a microwave emitter. That is going to get dodged nicely by a Clodgo, who is up to 6 siege cruisers, supported by some missile ships, counting on Catharsis Sand Skimmers and interceptors to protect from strike craft. No doubt he can push. Like, this guy can push. Spartan, take these AAVs, go after these Sand Skimmers, push them back, and take both of your fucking giant blobs and push here, and you can just win the game. I understand that he is new. We do have some gunship. That's a weird choice. There's AA on the field big time. This gunship's probably not even going to get a single volley off. No, it's not. Poor choice by Code Aldnoah. He wanted to clean up the skimmer blob, I guess, but that's not going to happen.
New coordinates verified. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Be advised. Allied craft down.
Alright. What is Mask going to do? Mask and Spartan needs to push and close this game out. Like, there's no reason for them not to push. They have so much AA, so many railguns, so many AAVs, 5 fucking battle cruisers. It is time to go, gents. Let's go. I think they have finally communicated in their team chat that it is time to push. Looks like we are going to have our final battle of the game, and it should be a damn big one. Mask gonna lead the charge. Gonna drive right into a... Oh god, so many volleys from these siege cruisers. Gonna eat Mask's entire army for breakfast. Oh, Mask is toast. That was hilarious. Let's get these battle cruisers on those siege cruisers, man. Don't just A-move. Grab 2 of your battle cruisers, send them this way, grab another 2, send them over there. Looks like they don't give a shit. There is double carriers, 5 battle cruisers, a bunch of railguns and support cruisers. Looks like they are just going to charge while our frame rates tank. I do apologize for that. Nothing can be done about it in a 3v3 on this game.
Green line confirmed. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach.
Ooh, those battle cruisers, man. They are eating so much fire, though. Ugh. Nice positioning from a Clodgo on the top of those dunes.
Hammer it. Get us over there.
Gotta get focused fire on those siege cruisers, mate. I guess yellow team's just gonna A-move directly into red team, a big nuke. Most of that damage is dodged from the microwave emitter. I'm surprised we haven't seen a single cruise missile from Mask yet. She doesn't have it unlocked. They're pushing pretty hard though.
Engage and destroy.
On the back of Tom's aggression, not letting Code Aldnoah even get into this game, that have just allowed Spartan and Mask to just have too much macro.
Set new heading.
High-powered carriers
Vehicle is taking
finally spearheading the charge to tank damage. That's what you want. You don't want to let your battle cruisers die like that.
receiving the advice.
You have artillery cruisers as well. Those would have been useful in that previous engagement.
Light attack vehicle destroyed. Strike craft destroyed. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire.
Hey, we've got an honor guard cruiser on the field for Catharsis. Really nicely placed. They're getting pushed pretty hard. Spartan's carrier gets dangerously low on hit points, about half damage.
Alert.
Oh yeah, let's see these honor guards, baby.
Under attack. Immediate.
Code Aldnoah decides to do what he can into this game and bring his carrier forward to support Catharsis. Catharsis bleeding air units in a bad way.
Get us underway.
Artifact recovered. Authentication.
Well, Mask was able to dunk that artifact and bring them up to nothing. However, both Mask and Spartan have lost basically their entire armies,
Allied craft.
and that was a lackluster push from them. They kind of just A-moved into Red's territory, and you don't want to do that ever, and especially on this map where it's a very, very strong terrain for defense on this map.
Verified in the
And now Catharsis with his
Return for decommission and speed.
heavy railguns and honor guard cruiser, they are just going to start dumping all over Mask and Spartan. Check this out. Beautiful scenery right here.
alert. Light attack vehicle destroyed.
I think a Clodgo mostly got his army wrecked as well, but I do see artillery barrages coming from that direction, so a couple of artillery cruisers going to back this counter push up. Oh, we do have a nuke.
Gun firing on friendly.
Where did that go?
Underway.
I missed it entirely. My bad, sorry.
Hostile strike craft down.
So Red is in this game still. And where's Tomcat? Tomcat looks like he has abandoned his own territory and is pushing up with his carrier. Now things are going to be even, I feel like. Tomcat destroyed Code Aldnoah this entire game and made the game pretty imbalanced, allowing his team to just macro up.
Detected something.
But now, due to that suicide charge from
Allied craft has been engaged.
Spartan and Mask, that was a really bad push, to be honest.
Missile battery in operation.
I think Spartan is pretty new to this game, so we can't fault him for that.
Allied craft destroyed.
Mask should know better. That was a really, really messy push, though. Tomcat poking with a big blob of skimmers. What has he got? He doesn't really have anything. He's got a carrier with lots of power, sand skimmers and interceptors. No siege cruisers on the field. This actually might swing around into Red's favor in a big way. Now that Catharsis has a monstrously powerful carrier, heavy railguns on the field with an honor guard cruiser and interceptors, and a Clodgo has his carrier backed up by siege cruisers and
Energy signature confirmed. An artifact
missile ships.
recovered.
I love how these two players are basically taking both separate tech paths from the Galcian
Destroyed.
roster, allowing them to cover everything. That's really, really smart play. They have played well this entire game. I haven't seen much from a Clodgo, though. He pushed a little bit with his cruisers, but he's been entirely focused on defense and macro. A lot of the heavy lifting for Team Yellow has been Tomcat just ceaselessly obliterating Code Aldnoah along this western front here.
Missile battery
Now he has put himself in a very threatening position, which is a very smart move. Going to try and take the heat off of Spartan and Mask to try and allow them to macro up again.
Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation.
The Clodgo is having none of it, though.
Sequence be advised. Hostile carrier detected.
We finally have a nuke from Mask, kind of in the middle of nowhere. That was a blind nuke, I feel like. The Clodgo came into this position, let loose with a couple of artillery barrages, and then moved, which was nicely done. Big interceptor play coming out from Catharsis. Gonna try and bully Tomcat away. That's not gonna work. Tomcat doesn't have a lot other than his carrier. What is this? Gunship. Get that over here. Oh no, there's a missile ship there. This gunship is not going to have any value unless he can keep it away from these interceptors and missile ship. A little bit of desperation suicide push from these LAVs from Mask. Going to just try and see what a Klodgo has, and she ain't going to like what she sees. 5 siege cruisers and a ton of anti-air. Good luck cracking that. Catharsis is the big threat in this game, though. This guy's got the power to end both of these players right now, and it looks like he smells blood. Mask was able to dunk a 3rd artifact on the back of that. I think Catharsis just says, I'm going to leave Code Aldno to his fate and push and end these 2 players. Look at this blob. Oh my god, this is sexy. Look at those heavy railguns and honor guard cruisers. Catharsis doesn't want these 2 to be alive any longer. He's going to grab an artifact on the back of that. Interesting. Who is that? That is Catharsis too. Code Aldnoa is toast by the looks of it. We have a nuke directly on top of Catharsis' carrier. He is going to move just in time. It's only a microwave emitter, so that's fine, but a Klodgo coming up on the back of Catharsis' aggression. Code Aldnoa's carrier died probably to mass Knef missile fire. It's unfortunate that we missed that, but I was looking at Catharsis' incredibly sexy army. Oof! A cruise missile too takes a chunk right out of Catharsis' carrier. No big deal. What's going on over here? LAVs from Code Aldnoa doing what he can. I mean, like, red should just ignore their side of the map and push yellow right now. They can clean all of this up with 0 effort and then swing back around and deal with Tomcat. They shouldn't let him distract them like that. They can just abandon all of this stuff. Big Galician missile barrage incoming. Of course, Tomcat to abandon that position for the time being, but he's just going to move and then come back, so I think this is wasted energy, honestly. Like, look at their armies, their combined armies. They can't lose if they push right now. They literally cannot lose. I mean, hell, Catharsis can even just swing this way and take that side while a Klodgo goes over here and takes this side. What are these things? Battle cruisers. They're going to take, like, the entire game to get across the map. Catharsis has repaired his carrier up with that sweet, sweet Galician regeneration. Nice play from Code Aldnoa getting those support cruisers onto Catharsis' carrier. He says, Catharsis says, to hell with this. I am not going to let this guy bully me from on high. Ooh, those rail shots. Tomcat is toast for sure. That speedy Galician carrier and all those weapons spearheading the charge. Couple of honor guard cruisers and heavy railguns pouring their fire in. Looks like Tomcat wants to get his skimmers on top of all of this stuff. A microwave emitter going to also support, but it is too late. Catharsis says, get the hell out of here. Cleans up Tomcat, but he is going to pay a price. Big blob of skimmers from Tomcat. Oh, man. Ooh, nice honor guard shot. What a weird game. Everyone's basically just suiciding everything this entire game. Why are you coming over here, man? Go this way, dude. Okay, Tomcat is out of the game. Now it's just a matter of time for Mask and Spartan. The clock is ticking and they are toast. I'm calling it now. There's no way they can come back into this game. If they do, I will... I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. It's impossible. We can't win. Pretty action-packed game, a little bit of a messy cast, but that's how it is. I haven't cast this game for a while, and this game was pretty crazy. Really messy game in general. Nice plays, I would say, coming out primarily from Tomcat and Catharsis. They were the MVPs big time in this match. Klodgo proving himself to be pretty scary if given the opportunity. When I played him, he was much more aggressive and a lot more skilled, so this is probably from when he was rather new. Look at this. This is what I like to see. Oh, we got to check this out. Big damage coming out onto Catharsis Carrier. He pops a point blank missile barrage, but he is hit by a missile or by a microwave emitter. So many nukes going off. What the hell?
We are at the edge of our time window. The next extraction will be
Unbelievable.
Hold position and await further.
Unbelievable. Red won because really? That was the most anticlimactic victory of all time. Well, Red Team was able to hold long enough that they won, so good job to Red Team. Literally making me eat my words when I said it was impossible. I forgot about the sudden death timer. So good job for holding the line long enough to win. I feel like far too much passivity coming out of the Klodgo. Too much passivity coming out of Spartan, a really bad push as Mask and Spartan A moved their entire forces to oblivion. Solid play though from Catharsis and solid play from Tomcat, basically MVPing that game for their respective teams, but well played to all players. I enjoyed that game thoroughly. I hope you guys did as well. Smash a like, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the fucking buttons that you have to hit on my channel and all that shit, and I'll see you for the next game.